So today, welcome back to A to Z of Horror.
A to Z of Horror.
The segment continues. So today we are on to C, however you seen that.
However you see that.
Right, so today we've been and ahhing.
What is it? What is it? I just spat popcorn. I'm sorry, I was discussing.
Yeah, we've been and ahhing for days. I think on the last video talked about through titles out there like Crazies, Critters.
Where were we going to go?
And you made the decision. You have decided. Randy Mole has decided.
Beard on my head. Universal Monsters. Creature from the Black Lagoon. Boom! Where is he? There he is. Down there. See him? I think you can. I think you can. Creature from the Black Lagoon. So it's 1954. An old one today.
Universal Monster classic movie. So you've seen it before?
Yeah, and I am going back a long time ago. Since just happened to your phone. That threw me off track. Loved it. Loved the creature. Can't remember the film. So I've gone that many years. Loved the creature. Can't remember the film.
Yeah. So I've never seen it. I did start watching it, and I just saying to Randy Mole, I thought it looked great on black and white, so I'm looking forward to projecting it onto your wall and seeing how it is. But it looked great in black and white, and I thought the cinematography on the wall was great, and the creature looked great.
You're reviewing it, and we haven't even watched it yet.
So let's see. Let's actually get this thing on, and we'll see you in a bit and let you know our thoughts.
Peace.
Hey everyone, and welcome back. Right, we've just finished watching the Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Universal Monsters.
954, I think we said at the beginning.
954, yeah, 954. Okay, so, yeah, enjoyable. I'm going to start off with my score, actually. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5.
Oh, whoa, we're starting with scores?
Yeah.
We have a system. We have 2 films down and we have a system.
Right.
Well, I'm not going to tell you mine, so...
Right, synopsis then. Basically, an archaeologist is digging in the Amazon and discovers a fossil claw in the rock sticking out. So he digs it out and then he takes it to a university or some sort of, I can't remember. And a team of explorers come together and they go to try and find more of this fossiled.
There's more! And
try and find more.
Turns out there's still one of them alive. Gilman. Kicking ass in the Amazon. Like that.
So that's pretty much the setup of the film. You know, they find this like I said, find this claw. They go to try and find more. So we
discussed this. You had a bit of a thing about this, about the way the old-fashioned films, excuse the term, but old films. You were talking about the plot structure and.
Yeah, my view was, it was very evident in this. I mean, the dialogue is very simple. It was very much kind of. I was saying to you, it was very polite the way the people were talking. It was very structured, like, oh, here it is, thank you, right, I'll carry on, what tally ho. And it was just like, but the plot was just so simple, very linear. It wasn't kind of like open to people's interpretation, wasn't really...
But no mystery, no mystery.
No
mystery.
That's not a bad thing. No. That's not a bad thing.
And no mystery about the Gilman. I mean, they threw this creature out there. I mean, within the first few minutes, you've seen bits of it, and we must be only 10, 15 minutes in. We must have seen the first shots of the whole Gilman. But when you've got a monster that looks as good as him, he looks awesome. You want him on screen. He was ace.
Yeah, I've got to say, actually, the effects, the creature effects. From back from 1954, was it? Did we say it? Yeah, it was phenomenal.
A little bit ropey, certain bits by today's standards, but
1954.
But awesome still. He looked great, especially in the underwater scenes. Underwater scenes are spectacular.
Yeah, I did touch on that before we went and watched it, didn't I? About the cinematography, especially underwater.
The way he swims,
very fluid. But the way he swam, you could see that they thought about how they're going to represent this creature in the water, not just not like a human would swim. He had a very specific style, and I thought that worked well. And it kind of just reminded you that he wasn't a person, it was a creature. I think that it
Yeah.
helped with that kind of analogy.
They kept the fish, the
Yeah,
real
the fish element, the way
evolution, half man, half fish. He was half man, half fish. Now I'm going to point out, if you know me, you know this. But wait. This is my favourite movie of all time. I know this film inside and out. I can pretty much draw every one of the scenes of this movie and tell you about it. I did not realise how many shots to the frame from Jaws are the same in this film. Now, obviously, that's Spielberg lifting from this. Now, and I think it was conscious. I don't think there's a subconsciousness to this. There's even elements of the music that I was like, oh my God, this is Jaws, the way this net is the Jaws. There's the bit where you see the girl swimming. I'm like, that's the Jaws poster, almost to the absolute frame. And the direction of this film was amazing. I absolutely think that the way it was shot, the way they paced and structured it, it looked great. And I'll tell you what else looked great. The girl, whose name was Julie Adams.
Julie Adams, was it?
My God, she was amazing. Yeah. Between her and the Gilman, every time she was in the frame, she was striking, but not in, like we were saying, it wasn't like a, Marilyn Monroe, Alfred Hitchcock's The Girl style beauty.
Pin-up sort of thing. It was facing,
very girl next door, but she was striking. Like the way that she looked, she did manage to seem to get changed into other attractive clothes between everybody's deaths, which was interesting.
Funny way she dealt with it, mate.
Yeah, I'm sorry, someone's died, I'm going to go and do my hair and put on a bikini. See, there's no bikinis in this because it's 1950s. I think they were banned. But I'm going to raise your score and I'm going to give it 4. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. And I'm going to basically summarise that or quantify that more in the fact that it felt like home. It felt like...
Yeah, you pointed that out, well, you stated that right towards the end where the main lead, David, I believe his name was, she gets... Basically, they're trying to escape the lagoon. The Gilman, we'll call him, has kind of dammed him in. And there's a scene where the Gilman gets on the boat and grabs her and takes her
to the grotto.
To the grotto.
I like that. The Gilman's grotto. That's his home.
And then David comes down. But as he enters in, there's kind of like a smoke effect just simmering across the water.
And she's laid on a rock and the framing of it.
It really reminded me kind of like the relationship between Gilman and the bird in it. Very much kind of like a King Kong-esque. It wasn't like... Because there's plenty of opportunities for him to have wanted to kill her, but it was very much as if he was like admiring her and kind of just paying attention.
And I think that's one of the strengths of a lot of the Universal monsters. Most of them, in fact, not quite all of them, but most of them, they have a sympathetic side. These people have gone into his environment and they're messing with him, and there's actually quite a nice... Sympathy. It doesn't play out as much as you want it to, but there's a nice, like, shall we kill him, shall we catch him, shall we just observe him storyline going on. Do you know what? I said this part with, and my 4 stars is because when I said it felt like home, I mean it felt right. It felt like what I want to be watching. It felt like it felt like the sort of thing that if you had it on in the evening, you would just fall asleep watching it, not because you're bored, but because it just feels comfortable for that old school horror. I mentioned partway through that for years they've been kicking around the idea of a remake. Scarlett Johansson supposedly been attached. This film is rife for a good remake. A good remake of this could be amazing. What do you think?
Could do, yeah. But based on what we've had, like, what was it, Dracula Untold?
Oh!
I, Frankenstein.
Ooh!
If you want, I don't know if the Wolfman was part of this, revised Universal. But the Wolfman, I don't mind. So I don't know if that was part of.
Well, no, not the new sort of thing. But none of these films. You said this. You were like, oh, is there a market for Universal monsters? Yes, there's a market for.
I don't know.
Yes, Universal, give me some monsters. There is a market for these monsters, but don't give me shit monsters. Don't like. Oh, what have they done with these new films? They are not the Universal monsters. They are not sympathetic characters. They're not gorgeously shot stories.
But we've got that.
But that's what we want. Dracula Untold. I mean, it was like a cheese. It's like a cheesy knockoff of The Hobbit Part 7. It is. It doesn't feel. It's got CGI battles that look terrible. Ugh! Don't go there. Watch Bram Stoker's Dracula, Francis Ford Coppola one, which even by itself has got some major issues with it. But my God, that's gorgeous. We're talking Dracula. Next letter of the alphabet.
D.
D.
Could do Dracula.
Could do Dracula.
Wait and see. Right, so to summarise, definitely recommend, if you've not seen it, watching Creature from the Black Lagoon. It is a very warming, historical film.
It's historically relevant. It's
do you know
it's
what
an
I mean?
important
But
movie.
for cinema. I don't even know how long it was, but I enjoyed it. And that's why I'm going to give it a 3. Maybe a bit harsh. I don't know, but I'm just going to go for a 3.
I think you were harsh.
Okay.
So D next. What do you reckon?
Wait and see. I'm thinking. If I was to, I haven't seen the original Dawn of the Dead for quite a while.
I thought you were going to say forever. I was like, what?
No,
I'm going to say Gilman.
I know, but I've watched the remake recently and it was great. So I'm intrigued to now revisit the original. So who knows?
Seems
There's
too
quite a
obvious
few.
to me. Seems too obvious, but who knows? Who knows?
What I would like to do is to watch a film we haven't seen before. Devil. I've not seen Devil.
That was
You've
all
seen
right.
it.
That was all right.
So
No
anyway,
lift.
we'll keep you in suspense and we'll see you again.
The Descent. My God, that's going to be one of the best films ever made. Scariest films ever made. Probably one. Yeah. I'm giving away ideas now, aren't I?
Don't give them clues, mate.
I'm
They
just
might
looking.
tune back in. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you stuck around, we'd like to see your comments and any recommendations for D will be great. And we'll see you again for D. Peace.